Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
Coming in at number 35 on our roster countdown, rookie Ji'Ayir Brown. Goes by Tig, short for Tigger. Absolute stud, and he's already started to show that in the very first preseason game. Safety. The Niners traded up. They traded a 3rd-round pick, a 5th-round pick, and a 7th-round pick to jump up 15 spots to go get this guy. And in a draft where the Niners' first pick was at the back end of the 3rd round, this was somebody that they were targeting. You know, I always make the claim, if you draft somebody at your draft spot, you like that player. If you trade back and draft that player, you'll settle on them. If you trade up and get them, you love them. Niners love this guy. And, you know, one of my favorite things about him being at all the training camp practices, Ji'Ayir Brown was one of the first players out on the field every single day, right alongside the guy who led off our show and our graphic, Talanoa Hufanga. And I think that's the long-term plan here, right? Ji'Ayir Brown and Talanoa Hufanga, back-to-back safeties next to each other, just balling out. Now, let's jump into a little bit of what he's been through to get here, his height, measurements, all those different things. And got to give a shout-out to Josh, the 49ers guru. Did a great job on the background of this episode and almost all these episodes. So Ji'Ayir Brown's wearing number 27. You know, that was the long-time number of, you know, Dante Johnson, who was great for the Niners for a decade. So that number, impressive, you know, coming in, and you got to have a good work ethic with that number. He's 5'11", 200 pounds, absolute ideal height and weight for the 49ers defensive back room, 31.25-inch arms, shorter arms, 23 years old, 4.58 40-yard dash, which not blazer. He's not, you know, super fast, but not bad. 1.59 10-yard split, great. 6.87 3-cone, amazing. Short, shifty, explosive. That shows up. 35.5-inch vertical, great. 10.4 broad jump, great. 18 bench press reps for a safety, great. Grew up in Trenton, New Jersey. Went to Trenton Central High School, eventually goes to Penn State and is a telecommunications major. That's what his degree was, which was awesome. And so, yeah, I got a note in my notes. Josh says, I'm a huge Penn State guy, watched a lot of Brown, excited for him. Now, he got his nickname Tigger, because he loved to bounce around as a toddler. And so from Weenie the Pooh books and all that stuff, and the name just kind of stuck. And I got to say, it matches the way he plays because he bounces, man. And whenever he makes his decision to go somewhere, you just see it. Now, before Brown joined the Division I program, he spent his freshman and sophomore seasons at Lackawanna Community College, and then transferred into Penn State. Whenever he was there as a Nittany Lion, 16 career takeaways, 10 interceptions, 3 fumble recoveries, 3 forced fumbles. Voted a team captain at Penn State and was the Rose Bowl defensive MVP, which is awesome. 2-time team captain in high school. This is just who he is. And so if you want to look at, you know, metrics and PFF numbers, we've got those. 382 career coverage snaps last year, 0 touchdowns allowed. 56.3 passer rating allowed when targeted. Incredible. They fully expect him to be a playmaker on this defense when he gets his first snaps. I don't know when that's going to be. Special teams, sub packages, 3 safety packages. I expect that to come maybe after the bye week. But this is the state of the roster that the 49ers currently have. You just get to let this guy learn. And you get to be behind Tayshaun Gibson, who's incredible, led the team in interceptions last year, and just learn. Soak it up, man. If an injury happens, you put this kid in there, but you don't have to force him into the lineup until he's beyond ready, which is a luxury that the Niners have. Several teams don't. He was picked 24th in the 3rd round, and so, again, they traded a 3rd, 5th, and 7th round to jump up 15 spots to go get him. This is somebody they were targeting, and whenever he fell, the Niners made 0 trades in all of the 2022 draft. They made 1 trade this year in 2023, and it was for Ji'Ayir Brown. They love this kid. I'm very, very excited to see what he's going to do, and he plays everywhere. Last year alone, 345 snaps at free safety, 111 at slot, 157 as the strong safety, and 59 blitzing off the edge. Those are all snaps just from last year. So you've got somebody whose versatility, it's off the charts. They've played around with getting him some nickel snaps, but it doesn't seem like they're too invested in that. But this is somebody that's played in 32 games, and guess what? He started all 32. Dude's a baller. He belongs in the NFL. He looks the part. Whenever the Niners were going through their safety drills, he looks bigger than everybody else. Like, he just looks built like an NFL body already compared to guys that are all pros. Like, the NFL body matches the position he's going to play. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do. I'm not sure when he's going to take over the starting role, if it's even going to be in 2023. But the fact that you could have an entry at either safety position, which I hope doesn't happen, you have a fill-in, which is gigantic. Really excited to see this kid long-term. Long-term, if I was doing this list, this list, he came in at 35, but that's only for this year. Long-term, he'd be in the 20s for how important he's going to be to the 49ers long-term. So excited to see Tig go out there and ball out. And for us, we'll just keep counting him down.